questions that you can ask. We'll try and answer as many of your questions as possible. Now, when I looked at what motivation was, I could have gone into a dictionary and looked at what was the meaning of the word motivation. But then I was browsing YouTube, as all of us do today, for material for our presentations. And I came across this rather funny video. It's called Leader versus Manager, and it is a comedy spoof. There's the URL for you if you'd like to look at that video later. We couldn't play it on the webinar because the streaming doesn't work very well. But this is something that you could look up yourself. What happens in this video? There's a leader and manager in a conversation, and they're talking about the tough times they're going through and how difficult it is to motivate people. And the manager says, I've done something. He speaks of an invention that he's done that is guaranteed to make people happy. He calls it the instant morale booster, and he even gives it a product-like name. He calls it the Smile-O-Matic, which means it automatically makes people smile. So you can see him having that contraption. It is a piece of thread. The ends of it look a little bit like the ends of our headphones. And when he puts it on, the sides of those actually fit on the sides of his mouth. So what does it do? He says no matter what is happening, whether it's a layoff, a budget cut, whatever, somebody left the company, employees still smile. There you can see it. He is smiling. In fact, he can't prevent himself from smiling it because the contraption forces his mouth apart. Now the guy looking at him with a very amused expression, the leader asks, isn't this too simple? Shouldn't employees be smiling because they are actually happy? Question is asked, and our manager says, I don't understand your question. I don't think so either. So it looks like this particular manager doesn't really know what is the real trick to motivation. With that introduction, I'd just like to spend a couple of minutes on the PMI Chennai chapter. We are a not-for-profit component of PMI. PMI has over 270 chapters all over the world. In fact, at last count, it is 180 plus countries in the world where PMI is represented through chapters. So we are now in our 10th year. We are the largest chapter in PMI's Region 11. Region 11 is comprised of India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. There are 13 total chapters in the region. By membership, we are the second largest chapter. The largest chapter, by the way, happens to be Bangalore. We have a large set of innovative initiatives in training, advocacy, and corporate social responsibility. And very importantly, Chennai will be the host for the PM National Conference 2012 to be held in September. We have our gracious co-hosts with the PMI Kerala chapter. We are going to be co-hosts, and the event will be held at Chennai. We are going to have chapters all over India helping us with this huge effort of 1,000+ people, speakers from a variety of different countries and a lot of industries. So if that's something you're interested in, you can go to pmi.org.in, which gives you an idea. There are details for the conference, and you can indicate your interest in attending the conference there. Now, the company I founded and run is called Key Results. It's a project management best practices company. So in many ways, we practice what PMI preaches. We have expertise in project management office setups, risk management, scope management. We carry out facilitated lessons learned sessions for clients, and we set up project knowledge bases. I'm not going to take any more of your time on those introductions. But as you probably already know, the whole world is projects. 20% of the gross global product, this is not gross domestic product which is related to countries, 20% of the gross global product of $12 trillion a year. This is according to a 2008 Global Insight survey. So the number is probably much larger now. Is spent on fixed capital projects worldwide. And a lot of tons of additional money is spent, as you can imagine, on products in IT, new project and service development, entertainment, NGOs, and so on. And if you really think about it, projects are everywhere, aren't they? Don't you have your own kids do projects? Don't parents go scurrying around trying to get the materials the kid wants to do for his or her project the next day? And coming to think of it, many of our Indian weddings are projects in themselves. There's a definite starting and ending date. There is an objective to be reached. There is a budget and so on. So projects, in fact, are everywhere. Now, PMI did a little bit of research